Hello you two, welcome to your phonics video for Wednesday the 10th of February. We have gone back to Tricky Word Wednesday today. I know we did Thursday last week just to confuse you. Well done if you have already been on Edshed this week. Now I've sent some marvellous meat badges so far. So on my list so far for Edshed, I have got a big well done to Daisy W, to Dante, to Jessie, to Chris, to Zoe, to Penny, Harry, Oliver, and Kyle. Well done if you have practiced on Edshed so far. If I have missed you off, it must be that you have been on Edshed since I last checked. So well done to those people. Keep it up and I will check later on in the week. Okay. We're going to just recap the two tricky words that we had for spelling last week. So grab your whiteboard and pen. Can you write me down to see if you can remember how to spell these words from last week? The first one is the word work. We have all been doing lots of super work at home. And the second one is house. We have been doing our learning in our house at the minute. You can write me those words down, work and house. Okay, if you're ready, a little check. So work was W-O-R-K, O and R making the sound, and house, H-O-U-S-E, H-O-U-S-E. Well done if you got those. Now we are going to do a little revisit of our tricky word trucks, but we're going to do it a little bit differently. So we're going to do our revisit today by playing a game of bingo. I would like you on your board to split it into 6 parts, and then I would like you to choose 6 of the words off my board. So we've got all of the phase 5 tricky words that we have been thinking about so far. I would like you to choose 6 of them, and then we're going to use tricky word trucks as our bingo caller. So we'll say the words, and then if you have got it, you can circle it. And why not try to get your grown-up at home involved? See if your grown-up can find something to do their 6 words on. Choose 6 each, and then you can see who is the winner of bingo. So split your board into 6, choose 6 of those words, give the video a pause, and then come back when you are ready to play. Okay, so I've selected the same words that you have just had. So we will have a look at starting now. So we're going to say the tricky word, and if you have that tricky word that you've chosen, you can circle it or cross it off, and then I want a big bingo shout out when you've managed to get all 6 of your words. Okay, so we need to say all of the words, cross off the ones that you've got on your board. Are you ready? O. Cross off if you had O. Could. Cold. Any. Laughed. Different. There. Many. Friends. Water. Should. Work. We just had that one, didn't we, for spelling? Looked. Let's have our ed suffix words coming up. Through. Mrs. Thought. Eyes. That one's got a H in, so that one is where. People. Who. Because. Bet some of you have got a bingo by now. Mr. wood, mouse, asked. Well done. Hopefully you got bingo. You'll have to send a picture of your board to me. Let me know if you played with somebody in your house who was the winner of the bingo. Well done. We enjoy playing our bingo. Okay, then we have got 4 other tricky words to think about for reading today. We haven't got any on our spelling list for spelling, but we have got some for reading. So we're going to have a think about what they say and which parts are tricky. Okay, now this one rhymes with a word that we have thought about in comprehension. Okay, so this one is the word door. Oh, so it's got O and an R making the O sound. And we said in our comprehension sessions that we know O and R can make an O, but in the word door and in the word pour, we have got an extra O, not making an oo sound. So if that one is door, this one says L or floor. That one said floor. So we've got door and floor. Oh, now we've got a word with our ed suffix on the end. And this time it makes a d. Lived. Lived. Once upon a time, there lived a man whose name was Sam. Lived. And last one. The last one on. Okay, that's when we've got a word with ing at the end. Okay, a word with ing. We are going to think about the suffix ing tomorrow. But this word is tricky because of the o. Now this word would be coming. Ing. So you've got the O making the sound, just like in the word come. We'll be thinking about that in comprehension as well. So we've got door and floor, lived and coming. Now, I thought we could have a practice of those using our roll and read. So I have added a couple of extra ones just so that we have 6. So I have also added the word pour because it's the same spelling pattern as door and floor, and we thought about it in comprehension. And then I've also added the word laughed because laugh was our tricky word. It was one of our tricky words, laughed, and also it has got our ed, our suffix that we've been thinking of early in the week. So I thought laughed was another good one to practice because it's a very, very tricky one. So we will roll our dice. If it is you want to do it on your own, you can use that one. You can pause the video. You can get a dice if you've got a dice at home, and you can give it a roll and say those words. If not, if you don't have a dice, or if you would like to do it along with me, we can use my dice on the screen. So I will pop over to this side. I'm going to give it a roll. I'm going to say what word it lands on. Number 1, lived. Lived. Number 5, floor. Number 4, door. Number 6, pour. Number 2, that one, coming. 4 is door. Do a few more. Floor. Floor. Door. Pour. I think we'll do 3 extra ones. There's number 1. Door. 2 more. Coming. Coming again. We never got number 3. Number 3 was laughed. Well done. You could maybe have a little go at that one at home. You could also have a go at rolling the dice, and instead of saying the word, you could say a sentence with that word in if you wanted an extra activity or an extra challenge. Okay, let's have a little read then of my sentence with those words in. So we have got, let me see, 1, 2, 3 of our tricky words that we've thought about this week, but I can see an extra couple as well. So we've got quite a few tricky words in our sentence today. I closed the door. I closed the door and or saw. I closed the door and saw a or poor little mouse. Mouse. I closed the door and saw a poor little mouse on the floor. I closed the door and saw a poor little mouse on the floor. Let's just spot how many tricky words we have got. You have a count how many tricky words all together in that sentence, and then we will count them. So, door is tricky. Poor is a tricky word. Little is one of our tricky words that we've thought about before. So is mouse, and so is floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tricky words in one sentence. Okay, let's look at this one. You might want to give it a pause and see if you can count how many tricky words are in this sentence. Okay, I've got some of our tricky words for this week, but also some from other weeks. Have a go. You might want to pause it and see if you can have a go without me and then come back. Was that tricky word? That was friend. My friend who, that's one of our tricky words, isn't it? Who, my friend who lived next door, my friend who lived next door was coming to my house. Coming to my house. Now I know that friend is a tricky word. So is who. So is lived. So is door. Was is a tricky word. Coming is a tricky word. To and my and house are all tricky words. What a super sentence. Made up of lots of those tricky words. Now, I would like you to have a go at writing your own sentences with some tricky words. Now, you could, if you would like to, use our tricky words from today. I would love to see that you've used some of those ones. You might also want to challenge yourself at using the tricky words that we did for bingo and seeing how many of those you could fit into one sentence. I would love to see your sentence that you had written down. And I would love if you would like to video yourself saying a super sentence. We love to see your videos as well. So well done for Tricky Word Wednesday. Keep practicing your spellings on Edshed. Don't forget they are also on Letter Join for you to practice your beautiful cursive handwriting, and you can also practice finding your words from this week in a word search. And don't forget you can always pop onto Phonics Play for some tricky word or some extra phonics practice. Okay, we look forward to seeing what you've been up to on this lovely Wednesday. and we will see you again tomorrow, where we're going to think about using the suffix ing. Okay, well done you two, keep working hard. Bye.